something that when we do go live, you should be warning them of.
That we're on the air?
But that it's just a pre-show.
This is just the pre-show. I do want to make that general announcement. Why don't I do it right now? If you are not watching this live, if you have found us somewhere on YouTube and you just clicked play, this is not the show yet. You want to move ahead about 10 minutes for the show to start, because this is just the green room where we're going to chit-chat about anything and everything. You never know what we're going to talk about. It could be pens, it could be tea. You just never know. So with that, I'll leave it to you, Azizah. What should we talk about?
Rubber.
Oh, good. What?
Rubber?
Rubber.
Rubber.
That's really weird.
Hard rubber, as in pens?
Ebonite. Yeah.
Oh man, I love the smell of ebonite.
See, there you
Quick
go.
poll. Who likes the smell of ebonite?
Everyone up, raise your hand.
That does like it?
I don't know. You're taking a poll. You run the poll the way you want. How are you
Okay.
running this poll?
I love it.
That makes one.
That's not a poll.
Everybody
That's an
in the
announcement.
chat room is like, no.
No
So
way.
far, the chat room. Oh, maybe. Okay, maybe. Mixed. Okay, I'll keep waiting for the more chat responses to see if I'm the only person who
Well,
likes to.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's. I like it. I like it.
you have to use the term that you recently used.
Me?
Yeah.
No, it's embarrassing.
No, it's not. So we have someone over, and she's sitting there with a pen, and she's going like, you call this knuckling the ebonite?
Knuckling the ebonite.
Knuckling the ebonite. I don't know if she made it up on the spot.
I don't know that everyone will know what she was doing. Why don't we explain that?
Well, I don't know if I want to.
Well,
It
it's just that if you rub the ebonite, it generates more. It's like scratch and sniff stickers, but a scratch
Exactly.
and sniff
Ebonite
stir.
pens are scratch and sniff. What do you think about the smell of the Micarta pen by Twisby? You all remember that?
Yeah.
Interesting
I'm
aroma.
going to sit here and smell my pen.
It's definitely
It's still in
You
the
have to
section.
knuckle it.
it's
You
a
have to knuckle
unique
it.
smell.
It's a what smell?
Unique.
Unique, yes. It was overpowering at first,
Yes, definitely.
and
It smelled
I'm
like
worried about
detergent.
its toxicity.
Yeah.
But I like the smell when it's faint. Do you call it smells faint?
Yeah.
Weak, whatever. Now it's only in the section now, so I guess because the section is protected by the cap, the smell is retained.
What about the inside of the barrel?
I don't know, Dr. Brown. What about the
there you go.
inside of the
The
barrel?
feed just froze, and then when everybody got it back, it unfroze to you sniffing your pen, which I think is really appropriate.
The inside of the barrel also smells of
There you go.
whatever the smell is. I
My
can't
God.
even verify that smell is.
I wonder
Micarta.
if the Sailor micarta pen also smells like that.
No, it has no
No.
smell.
Ah, so it's just a difference in
Just Twisby.
manufacturing.
And I say that
I will
not because
refrain
know,
from commenting.
not because I know, but there's some kind of lacquer, I think, on the Sailor micarta,
Yeah.
because
that
it
makes
doesn't look or feel like. Granted, I've only seen it once, and that was at Anderson Pens. Remember when I spent the 3 years? Oh, that was 3 weeks working at Anderson Pens.
And you did not purchase it.
No, but I purchased 3 other pens. I mean, I couldn't buy all their pens.
Well, you could.
No, actually, I couldn't.
Oh. Oh man, but you should have.
I was, yeah, I wanted to. Let's put it that way.
It would be very dangerous. I mean, I don't understand how they can handle it.
They don't. They get one of everything.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
one
true,
of
because
everything.
usually every week in their new podcast, it's something along the lines of Lisa saying, "We got this new item in, and I have
And
to
I
stop
have
buying."
one, and Brian has 2.
And the next week it's like, "Yeah, well, we each have one now."
They're actually not making any money at that store.
Oh,
They
that's
run the store so they can fund their fountain pen collection.
that sounds pretty good.
But you know, that's what happens when you're true fountain pen people, and they really are true fountain pen people.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
if we got together and opened a store, it would be a fantastic store because we're fountain pen people.
Nice. They know what they're talking about.
They know what they're talking about. They know what they like. They get everything they like.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad plan, if you ask me.
No.
No. Did you see, by the way, how the interjection of the simple word rubber led to an amazingly interesting conversation?
Not only that, we had completely forgotten that you used that word. So you have to bring it up again, don't you?
Rubber.
Rubber.
Yeah, but
Rubber baby buggy bump. What is it? Rubber baby buggy bumpers. That's the tongue twister. that doesn't really use your tongue
Rubber,
much.
bubber, baby, bump.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Rubber
There you
baby
go.
buggy bumpers.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
That sounds
How
good
did we
too.
get this?
I don't know. Some lunatic said rubber.
Oh, some
Rubber baby
lunatic.
buggy
Yes.
bumpers.
Yeah.
Time for the show to start? No, we have 7 minutes of this nonsense left. If
Oh,
you're
my
just joining
goodness.
us now,
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Okay.
7 minutes into the future.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Let's go on to another
Rubber
topic.
baby buggy bumpers.
Rugga bagga biggy bubba. What?
Oh my
Okay,
god.
let's move on. Anything in the chat? Anything in the chat?
It has been suggested that you were suggesting the Anderson marriage was one of convenience.
Oh, it's extremely convenient. What is it? She was the queen of Estabrook. He was the king of Estabrook.
Yes.
They met because of their online. They met online via eBay back in the day when you could actually see who else was bidding on these auctions that you wanted. So they were rivals on eBay bidding.
Isn't that hilarious?
That's
Like
hilarious.
outbidding each other? That's so funny.
So then they went to pen shows together and they became friends and they fell in love and they got married at a pen show. And one of them, I think it's Lisa, I don't remember. One of them is very open about we got married so that the entire collection could be mine. In fact, maybe they both played that off each other. But yes, it was extremely convenient.
That's pretty nice.
It's the way they didn't have to keep outbidding each other on eBay.
Yeah, it's very, very wise. Okay, we also got asked what we are all drinking.
I'm drinking, technically it's a coffee, but it's a cappuccino Italiano.
Oh, so fancy.
So fancy, so
So you're
fancy.
drinking.
I'm drinking Sleepy Time tea
Good night.
with honey.
But this is all whiskey. I need it. No, it's just tea. I have to emphasize that. It's actually just tea.
Yeah, the problem is you never know with you.
Nah.
Yes, we do. He doesn't drink.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
Unless
but,
he's-
Well, I mean, I do drink, but I mean, I don't drink alcohol. I mean, I do occasionally take water.
could you imagine him like intoxicated? It would be horrible. It'd
No,
be
I
so
think he'd
annoying.
be one of the ones that goes right to sleep.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
I think so.
Yeah. It would just, whew, his entire nervous system would shut down
Yeah,
and
that's right.
we'd all get some peace of mind.
Yeah, finally. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
Finally.
right.
Maybe I should,
We should spike my tea
yeah,
next time.
spike his drink sometimes.
Slip you a roofie.
We should probably, since we're talking about Dr. Brown, we should probably talk about Phil. And I don't have a picture of Phil. And
Phil?
I'm not even 100% positive that his name was Phil, but at the Philadelphia Pen Show, speaking of Phil,
Oh, yeah. In it.
a group of 4 people walk in and a young man is wearing an outfit and a hat and he's tall and lanky. And I say out loud so that everyone can hear me, I say, why does he remind me of Stephen Brown? And we got a picture because he's not your identical twin, but he was
No, but
he was
yeah.
close enough to make me think of you. And of course he said, well, I am Stephen Brown. And I said, I've had dinner with Stephen Brown. I know you obviously don't watch video, do you? But he's a big fan of yours, apparently.
Oh, that's nice.
So much so that he emulates you at pen shows.
Oh, that's amazing.
He obviously has dodgy taste,
Yes, of course, but you know, don't we all?
but so does everybody here.
At any rate, we got his picture. It's somewhere out there on social media.
Yeah, it's cute.
At a passing glance, you think it's me and Stephen Brown at a pen show,
I know.
but it wasn't. It wasn't. I think we actually tweeted it as it being you, just because we were feeling our oath. Yeah, because why not? We wanted to start a rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, rumor starting is the best way to go about everything.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
I think.
Did you know that Twisby is almost bankrupt?
Oh my god.
Oh, I've heard that rumor.
Hey, you see, there you go. I've heard it too from various sources.
Who else was bankrupt recently? That the world was coming to an end.
Omas.
OMAS, yes, because of course now there's no way to get an OMAS pen, right?
Buy all
Yeah.
your Omas. What is the plural of Omas? Omases? Omases?
Oh my. Oh my.
Well, it's hard to argue with. Yeah, I can live with
Yeah,
that.
it's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Twisby's going to snuff it.
Oh my
Well, what can you do? You know.
You might as well try to correct that in the next 3 minutes.
All right, Twisby is not actually almost bankrupt. But they're
No, actually, we don't know that. That's a rumor. We know
Yeah, that's
the
true.
truth of the matter is we know nothing about the financial solvency of Twisby
God. This is
or
true.
lack thereof.
No, that's true.
True.
This is true. You should ask. You're friends with
Oh, we
Philip.
can call him right now. Shall we call him?
Yeah, I should call him. I would say, look,
Let's call him. Say, hey,
do you want to win a music?
people
video?
want to
Tell me.
know. True or false?
Is
Azizah is
Twimpy
not playing
almost?
along with this.
I refuse to engage in you boys' game.
All right.
You boys.
Those is game.
Well, let's
Games
talk
is-
about something serious then. How about linear algebra?
All right. What would you like to know about it?
It's a big X to me. That's
X
all.
in what way?
Well,
An X or a T?
well, both. You never know. I know. I always wonder why. Sorry.
Okay, look, somebody's asked a pen question, and I'm going to answer it. I've been asked which OMOS pens I have. Because we have 1 minute left, so I can get this out in 1 minute.
Okay, go on.
It might be
I
faster
have-
if you say which ones you don't have.
Huh?
Never mind, go ahead.
Milo, Ojiva,
There you go. I also have the
Titanium Paragon.
Art Deco, the vintage piston filler with the titanium nib. I'm ignoring him. Also the Blue Royale with the rhodium trim, and I think, and then the 360, that blindingly fluorescent, amazing orange one.
How many total? I lost count.
I don't know. I can't count either. Whoever listened can figure that out.
More than a collection, though, right? Because a collection
Well, the
is
Paragon
3.
is yours,
Yeah, but you use it. I mean, you can use it. You are
but,
allowed
but I
to
do
use
not use it because you
No,
always
You're
have
allowed
it.
to use it because it's a wonderful pen. Stunning, wonderful.
I've
beautiful.
not tried the Montegrappa Extra in 1930. Neither has he.
No, no.
Solitaire. Yeah, that's what it's called. Sorry, I forgot. All I saw was like the blinding orange in my eyes.
I think we've only tried 1 or 2 Montegrappas.
I've not used a Montegrappa.
The Montegrappa Espressione? You weren't on there?
Time to start the show, people. Let's start
Yeah,
the
all
show.
right. Let's move on.
So ready? Give me a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go.
This is Pen O'Clock Podcast, episode number 0064, Saturday, February 6, 2016. We are streaming to you live from California and Amsterdam. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, geeks the world over, thank you for joining us today, and welcome to the greatest show on earth, although we may be biased, Fountain Pen Television. It's 10 o'clock. My name is Eric, and joining me today, no surprise as per usual, the dynamic duo of the fountain pen community, the terrific twosome. Up first, the queen of ink and social media goddess, Azizah Asgarelli. Applause, applause, applause. Say hello, Azizah.
Hello.
And by her side, my cohort, my comrade, my brother in arms, the man with fairly large hands, Dr. Stephen Brown. Applause, applause, applause. Say hello, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen. Very good. How are you? And it's not like we haven't been sitting here chatting for an hour. Yes,
No.
we actually started this an hour before the show. But that's stuff you don't want to hear about because it's even more boring than our pre-show green room.
Well, we talked about knuckling ebonite.
But that was when we were already live. And we blamed it
Oh,
all
true.
on you.
True. Shoot.
You are the Ebonite Knuckler.
Oh, come on. Another weird name to give me.
I said du jour. Tomorrow we could pass that title on to someone else.
Okay, I can live with that.
But now that the show is live and we are broadcasting all over the planet, what would you like to talk about?
Well,
There must
I
be a
think
lag
you are
here.
kind of a star. I mean, you are the star. Now, last time we had, you're a star because last time we had the Philly Pen Show prep, and I had a couple of questions for you because
Go for it.
the show is over, and I have a few questions about the show.
Okay,
So,
I was there. I could probably answer these questions.
I think if anyone can answer it, you are the person to answer.
I'm not claiming I'm an expert, but I was there. I was the eyewitness to many things at the Philadelphia Pen Show,
You were the eyewitness, yes.
which
So,
took place actually 2 weeks ago.
as eyewitness, what was the best part?
The best part about any pen show is that it's a social event. Of course, there's pens involved, pens for any taste and any budget. But really, if you go to more than one pen show, the first pen show is going to be overwhelming. But once you start going to more than one, you see a lot of the same people, especially a lot of the same vendors, and it becomes something like a family reunion.
Yeah.
And so for me, I mean, let's face it, we can buy pens online, can't we?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's nice to touch them and feel them and then make your mind up. But what's really good about a pen show is that it's a social event where you are surrounded by fellow fountain pen geeks. So that's it. And that would be true of every pen show.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty.
I mean, you went to one of the world's smallest, I guess, one of the world's
Probably
smallest,
the
Yeah.
world's smallest.
Yeah.
is the Tilburg Pen Show, and you had a great time specifically because
Sarge was there.
it was social.
Yeah, so it's the people, yeah. And we went with some friends, and yeah, if it wasn't for like getting to go with friends, it would be not nearly as fun. So you're right. It is.
Yeah, it's like a family reunion with pens.
Yeah.
We'll just say
Yeah.
that.
And it's people who understand what you are talking about.
Yeah,
They
you don't
say,
have to explain.
I really like this metallic, etc.
Yeah, then they don't look at
Cool.
you like you're a nut.
Yeah.
Well, some of them do, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's right.
Because
Yeah.
some people just don't like italics.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But they can kind of understand even so.
So yes, it was a party. It was
Okay.
a pen party.
Okay, so there's the best part, but of course there has to be what's the worst part.
The worst part was I couldn't afford everything I wanted to purchase.
Mm.
There was a little bit of snow. The weather was not very cooperative, but that didn't stop the diehards from getting to the show. It was a successful show. The people who did come, some of us were actually at the hotel Thursday and Friday before the show, so we got there before the snow. And so the diehards, we were all at the hotel. And I'm not just talking about the vendors, I'm talking about people who were attending the show. And so we really got the full effect of the show because it was like our personal show. There was a bit of snow in Philly. There was a big blizzard on the East Coast, but Philly, I cannot say that it was really hit by the blizzard. Apparently New York and Washington, D.C. were hit hard. Philly got snow. Some public transportation was shut down. People still made it to the show, and the people who did really wanted to be at a show.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday in the morning, people came by car, and then in the afternoon, public transportation was back open. It was a nice, steady 2-day show.
Good.
But yeah, it would have been better without the snow, because more people could have attended. That was the only
Yeah.
drawback.
Of course. But I mean, for the people there, it probably was, like you said, a very personal, intimate show. I mean, very special for the people who.
And all the vendors seemed very happy with the level of attendance,
Mm-hmm.
and all the attendees were very happy because there wasn't such a rushed feeling. It was
Yeah.
still a rather full show at moments, but if you've ever been to a very busy show and you go to the Anderson Pens had 6 tables, and they're usually got 5 people at each table, so it's just like a real-time auction. I need this, I need that, and they're just, you have no time to chat. And since I said that this is really a social gathering, it was nice to have extra time to spend with both the vendors, and it was nice that the vendors had extra time to chat with the attendees. It was a very social show. Let's just call it that.
Oh, that sounds very nice, though. So, you make the best of the snow.
Yes, and you should have been there.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, I have to work.
I know.
Actually, there'd have been snow on the ground. Someone would have been complaining. One of you.
Not me.
Oh, you like snow?
I am built for snow. I like snow.
You should have been there. Should have been there.
Here's a question relating to snow, because I've seen a term fly by a lot on social media, which was blizzard pen. Blizzard pen.
Blizzard pen, yes. Well, Saturday of the show was the day that the blizzard really hit the East Coast. Like I say, it didn't really become a blizzard in Philadelphia, but the blizzard on the East Coast did keep attendance down. And so we started calling our pens, the pens that we purchased on that day, are blizzard pens, because we purchased them in a blizzard. And Azizah had some other thinking about that. I don't recall what it was.
Well, because it's basically the pen that you braved a blizzard for, so it's almost like the pen that you were willing to risk everything for. So it's like a grail pen in a way.
Oh, that's right. You were calling it a grail pen because you went through trials and tribulations to get this pen.
I mean, you trekked through snow and ice and terror to get, or just, you just kind of got there.
Yeah. I went through the bar and down to the...
Yeah, but you could just play it up a little.
But still, I did get a blizzard pen, yes. And
like
you
that.
want to see my blizzard pen, I'm sure.
Yeah, so that is my next question. What is your blizzard?
This is my blizzard pen, and I'm sure that one or both of you can identify it, even though it's probably not very much in focus.
Isn't it a preppy?
Please do not insult such gorgeousness like that. Oh my goodness.
This is a Franklin Christoph Model 66 desk pen, and it is in the antique, what do they call it? Antique Glass is the
Bottle
official
glass.
name, but it's Coke bottle glass is what we call it.
Awesome.
Very nice.
And I'm using it as an eyedropper, so really you don't see the Coke bottle glass. Maybe on the end here. All the rage. This one is mine. It is my Blizzard pen. I purchased it on that Saturday of the Blizzard. Many people chose the same pen, the very same pen, as their Blizzard pen. But if you do search social media for Blizzard pen, you'll find all kinds of them. But many of them came from Franklin Christoph. Franklin Christoph is
It's
just
beautiful. I love that finish. I really like the way they have captured the Coke bottle glass.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
can't speak. Coke bottle, Coke glass, but you know what I mean.
Coke bottle glass.
The look
Yes.
is really cool. Now, what is it inked with?
Yeah.
It is inked with. Let me just double check.
What? You do not know this off the top of your head? I am.
It's the Franklin Green, because I bought two pens at the pen show, and one has one ink and one has the other.
Well, that makes sense.
I guess since I threw it on screen, I'll show it to you. What is this? Anybody? Besides Dr. Brown? Hey, we have guests.
Yeah,
I
we
just
did.
noticed we have guests.
Oh, they're moving. I was like,
They are
that is a
lovely.
beautiful portrait.
I thought, who put this picture on my screen? They were
my
frozen
goodness.
in time.
They look so posed and suave. I'm like,
Yes.
wow.
Anyway, let me just finish this up real quick. What kind of pen is this, Azizah?
I don't know.
Isn't
It's a
it
Franklin
crappy?
Christoph. It's a Franklin Christoph 20, I believe, because it's.
I'm unfamiliar with this model.
It is. Oh, you don't know this one. You need one of these because it's a slip cap. If I'll just
Oh,
no need to do anything except slip it on and slip it off. Very
That's
convenient.
Very naughty.
Very like that. Very much. Okay.
okay.
Now I'm going to make the Andersons front and center. You look like you're coming to us from the Oval Office. Where are you?
We are in Brian's new office.
Wow.
It's not decorated yet, so it's a
It's
little
blue.
barren.
It has both of your smiling faces, so I'm going to say it's decorated.
My question is, last we saw you, before Philly, your policy was one in, one out. So have you gotten rid of any pens?
No. I have not gotten rid of any pens. I do need to get rid of some pens, but I have this pen show coming up next weekend that I was hoping to unload some pens at.
So that you could buy more?
Yes, perhaps.
And what would be on that list?
Which, pardon me?
What would be on that list?
The buy or the get rid of?
Buy.
I don't know if I should say, because then everyone's going to want one, and there's so few of them. You already know. We had this conversation.
I don't know.
No, yes, you do know. We've had the conversation, too.
I don't
All right,
know.
I guess I have to tell everybody. At the Philadelphia Pen Show, for the first time in real life, I saw a Hemingway, Montblanc Hemingway fountain pen. I had seen the ballpoint, the roller balls or whatever they are, and didn't like them much. But this time I finally saw a real fountain pen that was not in a box, so you could actually pick it up and look at it. And they're so expensive, I would have to get rid of all my pens to get that one. But it's on my radar.
Even your sailors? You're not getting rid of your
I
sailors.
can't get rid of my sailors. See, that's my problem. You name a pen, I'll say, I can't get rid of that pen.
Just bump the number up. It's like 15 or something now.
It's only one pen.
Yeah.
It's only
It's-
one pen.
Just
Speaking of pens, what are those pens in your pocket, Brian? You never come with just any pens in your pocket. So I'm going to make them front and center, and you can tell us.
Sailor 1911 Rialo in maroon.
Does it have a nib?
does.
It does have a nib, yeah. It's broad. Mr. Brown will like it. It's a broad nib.
Oh, good. Yes, yes.
It's Dr. Brown to you, by the way.
Dr.
Yes.
Brown, yes, I'm sorry. My apologies. And a
No, it's not.
transparent with a zoom nib.
Ooh, with a zoom nib.
That's a nice nib. Can't like that
Why
one.
do they call it a zoom nib? He asks.
Because it's
When you hold it close to your face, it looks bigger.
Where is his mute button? What's a zoom nib?
Push it.
What's a zoom nib? Zoom nib changes line variation based on the angle of the pen.
A zoom nib will change the line variation based on the angle of the pen. You hold it more upright and it gets
Finer.
finer, and you hold it down and it gets...
Broader.
I've written with one of your zoom nibs and it is extremely broad. Or
Very-
was that not a zoom nib?
Yeah, it was probably a Zoom nib. I have a couple.
It's
But you
magic.
have one of those special nibs that made by what's his name, and they can't be found. And
What's his name in somewhere?
yeah, help me
Tell
out.
that
Help me
guy.
out.
Nagahara.
Yes, and that wasn't that like it was like a highlighter. I was using it. It was like a highlighter.
It was a Fude.
Okay, the food. Okay.
Yep.
Now, what's special about that nib?
It looks like you bent it. It's
Yeah.
tipped up.
But doesn't that also change the line width
Yes.
based on? Okay, so that's a zoom nib too,
So yeah, I guess.
based on your definition of a zoom nib.
Well,
Anyway, you stopped by. Glad to see you. What's hot at Anderson Pens?
what's hot?
Blammy nibs today, apparently.
Something must be going on at Anderson Pens. What's going on?
We actually are going to run home for lunch after this and then come back and start to pack for the LA Pen Show.
That's not till next week. Why are you packing already?
Because we drive and we're leaving on Monday.
You leave the day after tomorrow and get to LA by Thursday?
By Wednesday.
You're going to get there Wednesday?
Yes,
Wednesday.
we have a date.
Oh, you have a date, and it's not with me. I'm hurt.
Nope.
It's a
You mean
date.
you know other people in California?
We do.
We do.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, thanks for stopping by. It was lovely seeing you. Somewhere on my show notes, we were going to talk about something I guess we can bring up now. Let me pull up a picture of it, and then somebody can say something about it. This. Let me present this to everyone. Can you all see this?
Yes.
This is some kind of a lamy.
Yes, this is true.
Yes, this is true.
Very observant.
It's very
This is a new color called Charged Green, is it?
Correct. The newest
Charged Green.
one.
And I saw it first at Anderson Pens, did I not? Not in person, but via your online personas.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw some boxes arrived and all that. So somebody who has seen it in person, is it lovely?
It's
You know,
nice.
It's pretty. It's
nice.
pretty. Usually the all-star colors I prefer over the safari colors. I'm hoping that that Lammy remembers there are other colors besides green.
Exhaust green option, maybe.
Yeah.
Enough already with the green. But this is really a pretty green. It's not nearly as bright as the apple green from a couple years ago, and it's certainly not neon like the neon lime. I mean, that just hurts your eyes.
It does seem to me that they've been doing a lot of green.
Yeah.
Is that not my imagination?
No.
No, you're right. But it does seem less neon.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's not as
I mean,
bright as we thought it would
it's-
be. It's a soft,
It's a bright pen, I think. I mean,
But
it
it's-
grabs your attention.
but it's soft. It's not bright and harsh.
Yeah, I like the matte finish of the aluminum. Kind of like tones it down a little.
Yes.
Looks
Yeah.
good. I think it looks good.
That's
Have
good.
you seen one in person, Azizah?
I have seen them in person. I think they're nice.
Okay.
I'm weird though. I like all sorts of pens.
Well, we know that, but we also respect your opinion.
That's questionable. I would.
No, don't question it. Don't
Okay.
question it.
Sorry.
And since we have the Andersons here, I think we also had some ink that they sell. And the only reason I know that is because the picture I have is a sample on one of their cards. Let me grab that. And Azizah can tell us all about it. Don't you know all about this ink?
Well, it's purple.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah. Let you click
That
yourself.
is purple.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Brand new. We just picked it up in
In
Philly.
Philly, yeah.
Does it come in those nice stipula bottles?
Yes.
It does. I actually have a picture of Lisa carrying like a
A
dozen,
dozen.
a dozen bottles of this back to the table. So
I don't know what it looks like on everybody else's screen, but is it leaning towards violet?
Yes.
It's so purple, it's almost violet.
It's a little plummy purple. It's definitely not a darker purple.
Oh yeah, plummy purple. I like that, plummy purple. And I don't have a picture of their bottles, but I like their bottles. But
Those are cool.
I haven't taken a survey. Does everybody else like their bottles?
He has no idea, but I will say for both of us, yes.
I never had an idea.
That's
so
fine.
I
You're
just
allowed to
said,
speak
yeah.
for
No,
both of you.
they are cool. They're really nice. They're those glass ones, and they're dark brown, like medicine bottles.
Yeah,
You
medicine
feel like
bottles.
you're
Oh,
in
is it
the
the ones with the cap?
yeah, the
Oh,
ones
yeah.
with the
Oh,
cap.
you the ones with the cap. I remember why we
But what's really awesome is they put a swab of ink on the outside, so you know what color it is.
On the box, yes.
which is so convenient because I hate, you have to do it yourself.
I hate reading.
I hate reading.
Reading is just so tiresome.
I'm like, I have to open the bottle to look, but they just do it for you, and it's just so much better. So much better. But
I don't own any Stipula ink.
Oh,
But that might all change next weekend because Anderson Pens is going to be at the LA Pen Show, and rumor is that they bring a lot of ink.
Well,
I would say a fair amount, yes.
fair amount, yeah.
And not only that, I could order online right now and say Pen Show pickup, couldn't I?
Yes.
Yes.
We highly recommend it for things that
For
might
anything
sell.
and everything, yeah, because we don't really know what you're bringing. So I could save shipping that way, couldn't I?
Absolutely.
Okay, just pick it up at the Pen Show. Wow, do all your shopping online and pick up in person. But speaking of the LA Pen Show and picking up in person, you're looking for help on Sunday, aren't you?
We are. We had an amazing helper last year, and we haven't heard back from him this year, so we will be in need of assistance on Sunday.
So explain how that works in case anyone in the listening audience would like to go to the LA Pen Show and work at your tables. First of all, how many tables do you have?
We will have 4.
4? You filled 6 in Philly 2 weeks ago.
Yes, we did, and we could have used more room, but in LA we are only allowed to have 4.
Okay, so you've got 4 tables, and if I wanted to work at your table, what would I have to do?
You would have to show up on Sunday and just help customers, make change, help customers pick. Generally, the helper is down near the paper. We put Lamy pens down there, paper, ink, paper and leather, and some lower-end pens. And you're just selling, taking in money, helping customers pick, answer questions, keep an eye on the merchandise.
I have an expert on all things pen-related?
Absolutely not.
No.
You need to be able to read and make change.
Okay, I'm qualified. I can read and I can make change.
Hired.
No.
Cash or product.
Yeah.
he's not trustworthy.
If I were to work at your tables on Sunday, would I have 5 minutes to look around the room?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. And you get me into the show for free, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you'll probably pay me something.
Yep, either cash or product or a combination.
Ooh, all right. So how do I contact you if I want to work your tables?
You can email Brian at andersonpens.com.
Really, I'm going to get it.
Brian at andersonpens.com if you're interested in working the Anderson Pens tables with both the Andersons there, right? You're not just going to throw it. Okay, yeah. It's not like you're standing alone at those tables.
No.
And it is a lot of fun if you like busy pen tables.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we do provide lunch and we pay for parking.
You provide lunch, you pay for parking, you let me talk to all your customers, and you pay me cash or product or a combination. This is sounding better and better all the time. But I'll be there. I can't stand behind your tables all day, but I'll be there.
Okay.
All
All right.
Passing up a good
Azizah.
opportunity.
Yeah, you should come do it, Azizah.
Yeah, I can
Oh my God, we would have so much fun.
It would be very disturbing, though.
You would need
Everything would be
10 tables
touched.
if Azizah was behind your tables. Come on.
We would have so much fun.
It would be epic. Everything would be tasty. There'd be ink everywhere.
It would be, and then Stephen and Eric would be walking around in their tuxes.
Yeah, we get tuxes. We go for photo ops all over. And we
Photo ops, yeah.
might even deign to stop at the Anderson tables. Might, I said might.
No, we would. We
Oh,
would.
so
would.
fancy.
It's definite.
No, absolutely.
Check with my social secretary, please.
Are you your social secretary?
You're my social secretary.
Oh, I'm your social secretary. I see.
Azizah, you wanted to talk about, we're going to leave the Anderson Pens for a moment and talk about something on social media that's going around. I see it once in a while. I don't understand it completely, but I admit that I have not investigated. It's a hashtag called Tarquin Words.
Ah. Yes. Well, this was not created by me.
It was not created by you?
It was actually a pen pal of mine who suggested we do this, and because we both like practicing our calligraphy, and we were coming up with some way to kind of encourage ourselves to practice more regularly. So we thought, well, why don't we do like a quote and a short sentence frequently, like, once or twice a week. So, who better to endorse this than the professor himself?
Ah, there you are. Professor is always talking.
Oh no, we've got the professor on there.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I finally found this space, so I thought I would join.
Professor
Also,
Doctor,
not
how nice, and I mean this sincerely, how nice to see you.
Yes, I know, Harry. It's been a long time.
Tell us all about Tarquin's words.
Well, Tarquin's words are a wonderful little opportunity.
I'm giving you 60 seconds, by the way, just so you know. This is like
yes,
a
well,
debate.
you've just subtracted 10 by interrupting me. I mean, if you wouldn't have, I would have been done by now, you know?
It's starting now. Go.
All right, well, so this is a wonderful opportunity to practice your calligraphy. It is started by Melcam, MEL_KAM, on Instagram. The T is silent, as in Fox. And what she did was, along with Gourmet Pens, she started this thing where every Wednesday you just do some calligraphy. Doesn't matter any style. You can do any style. What style? Any style. Doesn't matter.
Because I've seen your style. If we can call it a style, I understand that any style is acceptable.
Well, many people have my style. I'm even here. I'm putting up my little choker there. It's succumbed a little bit. Anyway, so you just do whatever you want on Wednesday, one word, and then on Saturday, for example, longer quotes, pretty possible. And you just upload it on social media, and you tag it with Tarquin's words. Now, Lord Windermere thought it said Tarquin's swords, but of course it is Tarquin's words.
But it says both, actually. Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
That's the point of view.
It's all perspective.
Oh, it's opposite. Oh, we're so fancy. We're philosophers.
All right. So if I'm understanding this correctly, I just write a word or words, maybe a quote, on a piece of paper.
It could be a
in
quote.
whatever style I choose, including not so good. Take a picture of it and upload it to social media and hashtag it with Tarquin's words.
Yeah, as you see, at the time, we thought, rightfully or wrongfully, possibly both, that it would be a great idea.
And is it a great idea? Azizah, is this taking off? Is this something? Let me check trends on Twitter, worldwide trends.
It's fascinating to see, first of all, the words and quotes that people are coming up with, and the variation in calligraphy styles that people are using.
Oh, yeah.
So it is really nice. And it's fun. So it's also very easy, and who better to endorse it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Does Wendy have
named after him, right? Let's get a few words from Wendy there, just because.
Well, yeah, it's been a while. You see, the thing is, I like birds. So if you're a bird and you do calligraphy, there's no better way to get in my heart than doing Tarquin's words. I'm 10 inches.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. All right, yes, I see that some people are tweeting Tarquin's words. Okay.
So join in, it's fun.
I'm going to join in.
Do it on your IncoRimo letters and send them out, so you can do two things at once.
Two things at once.
Yes. Multitasking.
Speaking of IncoRimo, you threw that at me.
I did. Wasn't that clever?
Weren't you clever? Well, I'm going to throw this back at the Andersons because the Andersons are participating in IncoRimo. How's it going, Brian?
I've been successful for 5 days in a row, and I have yet to write something today. But
that's pretty good.
It's only 3 o'clock.
The 5 letters I've written is exactly 5 more than I have written in the last 2 years combined. So I consider that a success in and of itself.
That is a success, and since you're talking about it and you're newly indoctrinated into IncoRimo, can you explain IncoRimo in less than 15 seconds?
15 seconds. Write 1 letter a day during the month of February.
And mail.
That's it. Mail or deliver.
That's
Mail or deliver. Yes. Right.
That was efficient.
The goal is 1 letter a day every day in the month of February, and you can mail it or deliver it. Azizah had a question earlier about whether or not. What was that question, Azizah?
If you write to 29 people throughout the month, should you get responses from all of them? So is it about sending letters or getting?
You will likely get responses, but that is not the goal of IncoRimo. The goal of IncoRimo is that you are to write and send or deliver 1 every day in the month. But there's no guarantee you're going to get anything back, and that's not the actual goal or purpose of IncoRimo. The entire purpose of IncoRimo was and is to give you an excuse to use your pens and make other people happy at the same time. Bada boom, bada bing. That's it.
Question.
No.
Do you have to write 29 separate people, or can you write 29 letters to one person?
You can write 29 letters to one person. You can write 29 letters to yourself.
Oh. Done.
Done.
Dear Brian,
No.
make sure you do this today.
Yeah.
I will write letters to Lisa every day while we're on the road.
Oh.
When you're not sleeping. I've been on the road with you. You sleep.
Oh.
Yeah, he does. Lisa, does he not sleep? He sleeps. You
I
put him
sleep.
in the car, you get out the driveway, and he's snoring.
That usually we're halfway to Chicago before he falls asleep. But Brian is a much better navigator than I am. So at 2 in the morning
He's
when
so
the
good at
GPS,
navigating, he can do it in his sleep.
pretty much when the GPS just wigs out at 2 in the morning, he is awake and alert and decides if we want to take this weird change in direction. Or
She
not.
asked me 500 feet before the exit.
So you're really good at quick decisions. Is that it?
Should we take this? Huh?
She's just keeping you on your toes.
Yes.
But Brian does an awful lot of work while I'm driving, so
True story. He does work hard on the road.
he does. He does. He's editing photos.
Expect emails.
You said you're leaving Monday to get to Los Angeles by Wednesday?
Yes.
You're going to go through the Rockies as per usual?
Yes,
Yep.
we are. We tried the southern route last year, and it wasn't nearly as fun, and there were fewer gas stations. We prefer to be on a slightly better traveled road.
Wonderful. No stops in Vegas this time?
No, we did that the first year. We just kind of drove through the center of Vegas. The last couple years, we just drive around it and wave.
Yeah, you can see it from a
Yeah, you can
distance.
see it from a long way away.
Is Dr. Brown in the house somewhere? I haven't heard from him in a while. Dr.
Oh,
Brown?
yeah,
Paging
definitely.
Dr. Brown.
I
Paging
was
Dr.
just
Brown.
thinking, why I just feel like a completely different person right now. But I don't know why.
There's something I've seen somewhere online, and it's another thing that has me confused. Something, akin to Tarquin's words that has now been explained to me, and I'm fully on board and will participate post-haste. What is consult the doctor?
Yes, consult the doctor. I will also do this in less than a minute just to appease you. Consult the Doctor is a video series that I started because I get a lot of questions from all kinds of media, and I thought that I would try to, instead of answering individual questions in typed comments or something, I would just make videos about common questions, and then everyone should benefit, is the idea.
All right, so this is a Q&A, but because you're actually a doctor, you get to call it consult the doctor. Is that
Because
it?
he wanted to be obnoxious. He thought,
Because-
why not take it
Well,
back?
that's part of his personality. I completely
Yeah,
agree
Yes,
with this. I like
I mean,
that.
you have to be a pedantic bastard. So
Only thing I think you could change it to consult the damn doctor. How's that?
well, yeah.
Oh.
I have a question.
Oh
Yes.
no! Are you going to consult the doctor, or can anybody answer?
It's regarding consult the doctor.
Okay.
Stephen, do you make house calls?
I have occasionally been known to make house calls.
Yes.
Yes, and actually people sometimes drop by here with
Follow-up
so,
follow-up question to that is: are you housebroken?
Oh,
there's only one way to find out.
All right,
can't
just
take him anyway.
as an example, you've made exactly one episode of Consult the Doctor,
No,
correct?
two.
Two.
Yeah, two.
Consult the damn doctor, damn it.
Yeah.
Give me one example of a question that the doctor addresses in this consultation.
Well, one question was, can you recommend 10 pens between $100 and $400? So I said yes, 10 Lamy 2000s. And another question was, I uncap my pen with a snap cap and there's ink on the section. What should I do?
And you answer those. Good, good. So this is really, you're the pen doctor, is that what we're saying?
I guess so. Yeah.
These are pen-related questions. These are not neurological questions.
No, I hope not. Although
But you could answer them.
I could answer. I mean,
You're neurotic enough to answer them, yeah.
Yes,
Definitely,
for sure.
definitely neurotic enough.
So
Yes.
Azizah, talk to me about, I cut you off, doctor, so sorry. Azizah,
no, it's quite right.
talk to me about
Don't
Tomato
worry about
River. Tomato River, life writing paper, something and something, something.
Yeah, Mary from the Pen Cup, she posted a review sort of comparison of Tomato River paper compared to life writing paper. So it's kind of like an alternative to Tomato River, also a Japanese paper. And
Life
now,
writing paper is very, very good paper.
It's a specific one, bank paper, and so I'm very curious about this because I've used their regular one, the super fine quality, which I think is thicker. So now I have to get it. And if there's any retailers in the house,
I would have mentioned already, but if I thought they carried life paper, but you don't carry life writing paper, do you?
Not today.
But you could.
Yes.
Not today.
maybe,
Today.
maybe.
We'll talk after the show. We'll talk after the show.
We'll
because
talk after the show.
one of my favorite papers, and it's just I can't find it very easily, so I do without it. But Azizah, I think this is a paper that I sent to you.
Yes, but this is a different one though. It's because they have so many varieties.
Right, now they have varieties. Of course,
Yeah.
everybody needs different flavors of
Now we need
paper.
to try this. We have to get this.
57.
It's for science.
For science, yes.
For science. You have to.
Speaking of science, this has nothing to do with science, but speaking of science, Azizah,
What?
Azizah has been on another podcast. What's this?
Yes, it was so exciting. Also terrifying because
What,
it was.
terrifying and exciting are synonyms. Go for it.
Are they? Okay. I guess it could be. I was on the Pen Addict podcast, and it was
The
supposed
what?
to be Wednesday.
The what?
The Pen Addict.
Is that a podcast?
It was supposed to be Wednesday with Brad Dowdy and Mike Hurley, but Mike actually came down with a throat infection.
Did he
And,
consult the doctor?
He,
You should have.
not this one. He actually went to a real doctor, not a
I went
quack.
to a real doctor.
Not a quack. You know, get it? Uh-huh.
We'll talk after.
Okay. So, were you on a live?
We did not do it live, so it was just it was yesterday. Brad and I, we just did the podcast together, and Mike has put it up. So it was really great, and we chatted for a while, and we had been meaning to do this for a long time, but it was really nice, and we got to address all sorts of things, like aside from our craziness and flex and daily carries, we also talked about like the harassment and all sorts of stuff. So it was nice to kind of get it out there. So it was really cool. I enjoyed it.
Is this a video podcast or audio?
It is an audio podcast.
Okay. All right. So we get to listen to you without having to look at you. Is that it?
Yeah, I don't really know how to take that, but that is true.
So it's only half as good as it would be. If
See?
Yeah, that's right.
She's good. She's good. She knows. She knows.
But you had fun, and okay, since you recorded this for later use, when do we get to listen to it?
It's available on Relay FM. So, and if you just go select the Pen Addict podcast show, it's the last most.
Now, let's give better instructions than that. You go to a website.
You go to a website. Yeah,
What's it called?
relay.fm.
Relay.fm.
And then it's /Pen Addict, and it's the most recent episode. So you can't miss it.
Starring Azizah.
Azizah, is this one of the free ones, or is this one of the ones you have to pay for?
No, it is free. You can choose to sponsor the show, but it's available. So it's really
Well, the only thing I
no
don't know is
excuse not to hear me.
it depends. Did you mention us in any way, shape, or form?
Well, who's us?
Did my name is mentioned?
And we're done.
I gotta go. I can't remember. I was so excited.
Oh, yes, because you've never done a podcast before, have you? You're such. You have
But it
no
was so-
experience in this.
It's totally different doing a an audio only podcast
It's
and
like
not
a telephone conversation.
Yeah, and I do
How
not
terrifying.
like telephones. So I was terrified. I was like, I have to doodle. So I was doodling.
Oh,
Azizah, I have another question.
Okay.
Shouldn't they have been the ones to be excited to have you on the show?
I think he was excited. He was very gracious, and we had a great time. I mean, it went on for a long time, so it was. I think it was a two-way excitement of happiness and like penning out and stuff. So geeking out.
Geeking out over
Geeked out.
pens. Cool.
Yeah,
Well,
it
I
was
know
really
what I'm
fun.
doing this afternoon.
Yeah, very
Lunch?
yeah, food. Yeah, donuts.
Azizah wanted to mention something about the Visconti Homo sapiens.
Oh, well, the new one is coming out, the Dark Age. And the reason I'm very curious is because the Bronze Age is still on my, like, deciding list. So, but then they come out with this, and now I'm like, well, now what do I do? So this
You
is...
wait.
It's a dilemma.
Yeah, it's a nice looking pen.
That's cool.
When I saw the photo, I said that's a nice looking pen. But I think it would not be fair of us to have a podcast and not mention that Visconti is having some quality control issues, question mark?
I have
I'm opening up-
experienced.
Opening up that for feedback, yes, correct me. I hear.
Well, I've experienced it in their broad, like the extra broad nibs.
What did you experience exactly?
They were over polished.
Almost all were over polished, and it's not just that. I mean, recently one of my masters fell apart, and
An old master.
so I mean, I do think there are some issues. Yeah.
One
Don't
of
think
your
so.
opera masters fell apart?
Yeah, just I think I don't know whether something broke off on the inside or whatever, but it was not just a quick fix. It was leaking and the section was moving where it shouldn't move. So there was something going. I don't know if that's a quality control issue, but I mean the nibs.
We also know what he does to pens, right? So let's.
I was going to ask, how many times did you throw this out of the second floor?
Well, I don't think I've dropped this, but I mean I mean that's one thing. I mean that could be user error. That could be. But the nibs we've definitely had issues with quite a lot recently. The palladium nibs.
But if you buy from a solid retailer, they will take care of you.
Of course.
I don't know. Let's hear from a solid retailer. I'm putting you in the spotlight. How do you answer this? Do you sell Visconti pens at Anderson Pens?
Absolutely.
We do.
Yep.
And what have the customers been telling you about their pens? Because you get it direct from customers, and we get rumors.
You know, I think that there's often a bit of consumer confusion. I mean, you know, if you, how do I put this?
I don't know. Shall I bail you out?
No. I mean, you know, sometimes customers try to put the wrong type of cartridge in the pen, or they've maybe tried to switch inks and they haven't cleaned out the pen. So there are a number of things that you know a fairly new user might do that can contribute to those things. Mm-hmm. I do think that modern pens in general, not as many people perhaps inspect the pens as thoroughly. Some brands certainly still do. I don't know how many people at Visconti look at the pens before they're shipped out.
We do look at them. We look at every pen before it goes out. So.
Can you define look at every pen? You mean you see it as it goes by to shipping? Is that what do you mean look at the pen?
Someone inspects it.
Every pen, every nib is inspected before it goes out.
Cool. Okay. So you're not seeing any particularly high customer dissatisfaction with Visconti's at your store?
If there's a problem, it's handled either directly with us or it's handled directly with Coles of London.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think if I may very quickly, I think that is the crucial factor. If you buy from a retailer who knows what they're talking about, like Anderson Pens, where they do check things and if necessary they tune things, then it's probably not a big deal. It's more so that if you buy, from retailers who don't really know their products, which
or like Joe Schmo on eBay.
Yeah, and they just.
I know him. Yeah.
You know him. Yeah.
I think that's crucial though. If someone checks them, they're fine, because I do think that is the other side of this. I do think that the Palladium nibs, when they are tuned properly, they're fantastic.
Oh, they are definitely
I love
dreamy
them.
when they're tuned.
Super smooth, sometimes a bit springy. It's very pleasant to use, but they have to be tuned properly. So as long as you buy from someone you're confident in, who knows what they're talking about, I don't think it's that big a deal.
I have no recent experience with Visconti, but a long time ago I had the Wall Street limited edition that came with a 1.3 Palladium, and one of the nicest nibs I've ever had, ever. So much so that I wanted to put that nib in every pen I had. So,
Yeah, they're good.
but no, I don't have any recent experience. I guess we're going to have Tracy Lee on the show so she can tell us all about her Visconti obsession.
Except Tracy Lee is switching loyalty a little bit these days.
Yes, but does it have anything to do with a disappointment in Visconti? I'm going to get her in the hot seat and she can tell us.
No, I think she's just expanding her horizons.
What did she get from you?
She got an Omas.
An Omas, yeah.
Oh, that saucy girl.
And that was her Blizzard pen, as I recall.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's a good Blizzard pen, though. It's hard to
Oh
argue.
yeah, that's a good Blizzard pen.
Yeah.
And Steph Young got my Blizzard pen.
Sorry.
Which
Well,
one?
no,
Which
no.
one was that? It's a sailor, right?
It's a
Yes.
Sailor Regency stripe. I had my opportunity to get it. I didn't get it.
You passed
Instead,
that up.
Well, I got 3 other sailors instead of that one.
Right.
That's not enough.
No, I guess it's not enough. But no, it couldn't have gone to better hands. And she sent me a sample of her writing with it, and it's just, I am very happy that she got that pen. Because I know that pen. I have fondled that pen, is what I told her. I have fondled this pen. So you enjoy it and think of me.
That's one way of putting it. Yeah.
That is how I put it.
Yeah.
Somebody tell me everything you know about music nibs.
Oh, that's.
Sing you a song?
Here, I'm gonna try to hold this up. This is a Franklin Christoph Model 66 desk pen with a dark.
Stop waving that thing around.
Here, I have to talk so that
If Wayne was here, he would be strangling him.
I am going to make myself front and center, and I don't think this focuses very nicely, but this is a music nib on my Franklin Christoph, and it is a Franklin Christoph music nib. So Azizah, I'm gonna name you the expert in the room on music nibs, just
Yes,
because.
you are, though.
I'm not.
Yes, you
How
are.
am I the expert?
Well,
Do you
because
have
you
any?
just said so.
I do have music nibs. It doesn't make me an expert.
In the room, I said.
Oh, in the room. Okay.
In the
Well,
room.
in the room is actually just me and him. So I'm an
Don't you
expert
have
on
don't
the
you have a
job.
Waterman 52 with the music nib?
I do. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
With a Waterman music nib?
I have 2 Waterman music nibs.
Oh,
Expert in the room, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah.
Well,
Tell us a little something about how you feel about music nibs, because we're going to give away a music nib.
yeah. So all of this is lead up to giving something away. So
Yeah,
it's
we're
very
going to give
exciting.
away a music nib.
Well, they're called music nibs because they
Don't touch
were
my cord.
they were made to be in the old days, in the past for writing music notes because they were
I
studying
think
broad.
technically they can still be used for that.
Yeah, I really
Okay.
wonder how many musicians use them for that.
Nobody.
Because I think
You use a computer
most of
these
us,
days.
most of us just use it for calligraphy
Fun?
and
Yeah,
stub
calligraphy.
writing. Yeah, it's just fun. So, and then you sometimes find them with 3 times, and I think it's the Sailor only alone has 2 times. I don't think there's any others.
I'm going to, before we ask the Andersons, I'm going to say yes, that is something I recall. The Sailor music nib is not a 3-time nib, but it's still called a music nib. Is that correct, Brian Anderson?
That is correct. Sailor is a 2-time, but it is not the only music nib that
Ah,
is a 2-time nib.
this is the good thing about having an expert. So what's the
Oh,
other
you want
one?
to know what the other one is? Osmoroid makes used to make a 2-time music nib, and interesting note, I have a client who is he writes the music for I'm going to get this wrong, Duke Ellington's traveling, the current incarnation of Duke Ellington.
Okay. Duke's still with us, is
He uses a music nib.
he? He uses a music nib to write the music. So somebody's doing it, Azizah. I was wrong. Not everybody uses a computer. Somebody actually
That's
uses.
awesome.
Anyway, what do you do with your music nibs, Azizah?
I pretend I can do calligraphy, and no, I can't do real calligraphy, but I practice calligraphy with them because they're very broad and they're very wet, and they have good ink flow. And with the flexible ones, like the Waterman ones, I do flex writing, and I write letters with them. Someone actually just asked if we actually use these nibs for writing letters, and I do. I mean, it shows off ink really well because if they're so wet and use the right paper, it really pops like Tomato River. So there's no reason that you shouldn't use them. Just use the right paper.
No,
but
I
you can
love.
also write music, if you.
I want to say I love them, but really I only have this one, and I find that I reach for this one, the one in Franklin Christoph. I don't really know how wide it is, but I reach for it more than I reach for my Pilot Parallels, just because it's always here and it does the same thing.
1.9.
I mean, unless you need the really wide pilot parallel,
Yeah.
this one will do nicely. So what are we giving away, Azizah? Because
We are giving away a music nib.
I left it up to Azizah this week, and she said, let's give away a music nib. And I said, do you think? And she gave me all kinds of reasons why, and I said, go for it. So what are we giving away and why? Azizah Asgarelli.
Well, we're actually giving away Azizah's Waterman music nib.
Hey, sign me up.
Give me that number.
Yeah.
I'm just going to push him out the window now. Now we are giving away a Franklin Christoph music nib. And
Maybe I have a picture. Maybe I have a picture.
Picture?
Maybe I
have a picture, Eric. Eric, maybe you have a picture.
Maybe I have a picture. I have a picture. Let me see if I can share it. There we go. I think I'm sharing it.
Yeah.
There you go. There's
cool.
a Franklin Christoph music nib. Continue, Azizah.
Well, I find this confusing because in the top it says FC, but there could also be Faber-Castell music nib. So this is highly confusing.
No. This is Franklin Christoph, and you stop trying to confuse people, Dr. Brown.
It's actually a C, which is the Christoph music nib. It's called the Christoph music nib. Yeah, it's a C in there.
Oh, I see.
You see?
Looks a lot like the F, though, but yes, the name of this nib is Christoph. Anyway,
So it's a 1.9 millimeter nib. It is untipped steel, but it should pretty much last you the lifetime of your pen or yourself.
Oh, yourself.
Or yourself.
And do you need to put this in a Franklin Christoph pen?
You should, because why wouldn't you? You don't have to. It's a number 6. So it should fit other number 6 sized nib pens.
Can you put it in a Pelican?
No.
No. Can you put it in what are those things called? An Esterbrook?
I'm ashamed to say I actually don't have any Esterbrookes. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Okay, we're done here.
I don't know the complete list of what you can put this nib in.
No, but I
know it fits in my...
I bet Brian knows what
Brian, this is number 6 nib.
pens are.
Oh, it'll fit in a lot of pens. I mean, if you take it out of the housing, it'll fit in a ton of pens.
I tell you what, if you win this nib and you don't have a pen it can fit in, I'll bet you could find something at Franklin Christoph and they can ship the pen with the nib.
Or you hold it and just dip it in ink.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh my goodness.
So let's do a call in. For those of you not familiar with how this works, I'll just explain it briefly. I'm going to give you my phone number. Someone's going to call me. I'm going to take the first caller that gets through, and I'm going to give that caller 3 statements that are either true or false. The caller will have to identify them as either being true or false. If the caller gets these 3 statements correct, then we're going to give this person the Franklin Christoph music nib. I'm ready, so I'm just going to go for it. Please call now. It's area code 909-647-5056. I'm taking the first caller. Brian Anderson, put your phone down. I'm not going to let you call me. 909-647-5056. Now, I have to say, you're not getting my music nib. You're going to get one from Franklin Christoph. Mine is black, and the one we showed you in the picture is polished steel, I suppose. Shiny. I chose the black one. Somebody is calling from, let's see. Yes, hold on just a moment, please, because there's another call coming in, and I don't want to. I can't get to my speakerphone until that call goes away. Can you hear me? Okay, hold on just a second.
Busy.
Busy. You would go to voicemail. What do you mean busy? Okay, I'm going to hit speakerphone. There's the button right there. Hello? Oh, now somebody's ringing. We have the caller on the line. Please hang up. Not the caller. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
What's your name, please?
My name is Tom McDonald.
Tom, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Camas, Washington.
From somewhere in Washington. I didn't catch the name. Camas, you said?
Camas.
Camas.
Yes.
Where's that close to that I might know?
Portland, Oregon.
Very close to Portland, Oregon. Camas, Washington. Tom is on the line. Are you ready to play this game, Tom?
I am ready.
Okay, I'm going to give you a statement. It's either true or false. I'll give it to you, and then you can tell me whether it's true or false. True or false, every fountain pen user should have at least one music nib.
I'm going to guess
True. I'm going to say that's true as well. That's an obvious one. Now we're going to get a little more difficult here, Tom. True or false, music nibs are called music nibs because they sing, quote unquote, when they write. Music nibs are called music nibs because they sing. They make that vibration that sings when they write. True or false, Tom?
I'm going to go false.
Good for you, Tom. That's not exalted. That's not why they're called music nibs at all. They're called music nibs because they were designed originally to write musical notes. True or false, and for the nib itself, true or false, all music nibs are flexible.
That is false.
That is false. And actually, in the green room, we said, well, all nibs are flexible once, but that's just a running joke. You have won the music nib. Thank, and I didn't even have to help you with the answers. Did everybody notice that? I didn't help Tom.
Yeah.
So you've done this fair and square, Tom. I'm going to finish the show, and then I will call you back. How's that sound, Tom?
Sounds great. Love you guys. Thanks for the show.
Thanks for calling.
Take care.
Tom from Washington has won the music nib.
Awesome.
I should have asked if he had a pen to put it in that time. Yeah, so I'm going to use mine this afternoon to do a Tarquin's words.
Yay!
Not sure which word I'm going to use, but
There's also a list on my site if you need prompts, just like ideas. So it's the ones I'm using.
I would suggest Wankel rotary engine.
Nobody even knows how to spell that.
Was your poppycock word the other day a Tarquin's
Yes,
word?
poppycock. Oh, yeah, it wasn't English.
You really call that calligraphy, do you?
I never said it was.
Remember, any style.
Oh yes, I keep forgetting. This is the.
That's freestyle.
My writing isn't bad.
Freestyle.
I just have my own font. That's the joke, right?
Yeah.
I'm finished with my portion of the show, and so I'll just leave it open to anybody else who has anything to say.
You're finished with your portion of the show.
Yeah, I've run out of show notes, so obviously I can't say anything.
I really want to get the new Twisby.
What's that?
The new Twisby. Are you gonna get it? It's green. It's pretty.
No, I'm not gonna get it.
No,
No,
because
no,
you're gonna get your Mont Blanc instead. Okay, fair enough.
No, nice.
That's a good choice.
Mont Blanc or Twisby?
Yeah, yeah. One pen in, one pen out.
One is affordable and the other is not, but I can dream, can't I?
You can dream.
See, what I'm thinking is that Sarge might have a Hemingway at the LA Pen Show.
He may.
I mean, I heard a rumor recently that he had one. And
There was a
the reason I know this is because somebody I know was offered the pen and chose not to purchase it.
Aren't you proud of me?
Proud and disappointed at the same time. It's sort of, sweet and sour.
Fair enough. Okay.
Fair enough. How many Omas do you have again?
Not that many. Only like 5.
Counted 5 or 6, and yeah. Anyway. Yes, that's all I have, except it was a fantastic show. It was wonderful to see all of you people, and
Absolutely.
the Andersons, I will see this coming next weekend, I guess, at the LA Pen Show.
Yes.
Well, I envy you guys very much.
Yes.
I hope you guys have a great time.
There's still time.
I should. There's still time. Yeah,
There's
that's
plenty of
true.
time.
There's still time.
And I don't think we're going to have a blizzard in LA for the LA Pen Show.
No, we are excited about that.
Yeah.
And
Having to drive through that might be nice.
I don't really know the info about the LA Pen Show except that it starts Thursday. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday show. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, if you want to go into the show, you have to buy what is called a trader's ticket. And I believe at the door they cost $55. But it does get you in the door all 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you want to go just as a member of the general public, you have to wait till Sunday, 10 o'clock, and it's much more affordable. Does anybody know the price? Is it 8 or 10?
I don't know off the top of my head.
It's not more than
it's
not
up
more
to
than
the
10.
creator.
It's not more than 10, and that is the busy day. 10 o'clock on
It's
Sunday.
$55 any day of the week. Get in on Saturday.
I'm going to remind you that you said that. I'm going to remind you that you said that, Dr. Anderson. There's something also fun about going only on Sunday, because it's it's a frenzy. So, and you could use the money you didn't spend on the ticket to make more purchases of pens and pen-related products. At any rate, yeah, I think you should go at least Friday and Saturday and Sunday if you're going to do anything. Thursday, I don't really advocate Thursday unless you're already there for some reason, whatever. Because vendors are setting up, there's not a lot going on. Thursday is the, remember I said this is a social event? Pen shows are social events. Thursday is the day that people are arriving and saying hello and hanging out, and it's very slow. So if you know everybody, then Thursday's a good day to go. But what you really have to do is go Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Well, not everyone's even there on Thursday.
Right. But you'll be there. Will you be set up?
Yes.
You'll be set up as of Thursday.
Yes. In our normal spot, so we don't have to move.
Fantastic. That's all I've got. So I'm going to say goodbye.
Okie dokie.
Dr. Brown, Azizah, Dr.
Bye.
Anderson, Lisa.
Thank you everyone for joining us and for our special guests who are over there.
Tarquin Danglebury.
Yeah, and that one. Mm.
Talk to you all later.
Nobody mentioned me.
Okay.
I'm highly offended.
There's my pal Wendy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Bye.